Okay, so welcome to the second video for today. In this video, I am going to show you how to get started with your adventure story for your narrative. Our goal today is going to be to just fill in the graphic organizer part of our for our narrative fiction or for our adventure story. So our goal is going to be to fill out the name, of course, the topic, and then we're just going to do the introduction piece. You will not be doing event 1 or event 2 or the conclusion today. We are only working up through the introduction, and then we are going to use our graphic organizer to start writing an introduction for our story. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this looks like. I will be posting what I have as an example. You'll see it in your Google Classroom assignment. You'll see my example. You'll see the video for this part of it. You'll have the video that you just watched, and then you'll have a piece where you can do your own. So the expectation today would be that you get that introduction piece done. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Okay, so I do have this organizer here, and you should have one that looks like this. It'll say Working Graphic Organizer. And I'm going to start replacing a couple of things. Right here, I'm going to put my name. So I can delete the part that says name, and I'm going to put Mrs. Most. For my topic, after putting some thought into this, I'm going to write adventure story, and I right here. Oops, actually, let me leave that topic part on there, topic, and then I just want to write it. Since this is only my organizer, I'm going to put adventure story here. If I were to write that on my actual document, I would leave the part that says topic off and just write adventure story. All right, so my next part I need is an introduction. So I need to think about who my characters will be, my setting, an interesting detail for my introduction. My adventure story is going to be written about something that I'm at least somewhat familiar with, so it's going to be somewhat realistic. Yours does not have to be realistic, meaning yours can be complete fantasy if you'd like, as long as you put in that character setting, interesting details, as long as you hit all of those. So it doesn't have to be something that actually could happen. You could be having a story about unicorns or aliens or anything. You can call something a Zooble and have it about a Zooble. I don't know. Whatever you like, as long as it's an adventure story. Anyways, though, mine's going to be a little bit more realistic. I'm going to write in an adventure story about getting locked inside a mall for the night. I know malls aren't super popular anymore, but when I was younger, we used to hang out at the malls. That'd just be something that you would do on the weekend. So it might be cool to get locked inside, and then that kind of sets me up for that problem for how am I going to get out of the mall, right? So let me put that as something that I'm going to do. Let's see. My setting is going to be the mall. I'm going to be locked inside. Notice I'm not putting an entire sentences here. I'm just putting those little pieces I need in order to kind of remind myself of what I want to write about. Let's see, I do need some characters. I'm just going to kind of make some names up. I think I'm going to put myself in the story, so I'm going to say there's me. Let's go with Margot and Alexis. I don't know. Just some made-up names. Okay, so for my introduction, I know that I want to talk about getting locked inside the mall. I want to have me in the story. I want to have some characters named Margot and Alexis. I think that's going to be enough to get me started. Now I'm going to start on my draft. So starting on my draft, I'm going to open a new Google Doc, and you'll need to open a new Google Doc for yours that you're going to add into your assignment. But I'm going to go ahead and set this up just like I would if I was writing it. So to get my name over on the right-hand side, I'm going to use that button there. See how it has that nice line along the right side? That's going to move my cursor over here. So again, I'm going to write my name, Mrs. Most. I'm going to hit enter twice. And then I'm going to move my cursor back, so I want that flat side to the left. And my topic was adventure story. Ooh, helps if I spell it correctly. And now I'm ready for that introduction. So in order to start, a new paragraph always starts with a tab over or an indent. And let me think about this. I need to set it up. If I'm looking at my organizer, I said that I was going to, oops, sorry, this one's mine. If I'm looking at my organizer, I said I was going to talk about being at the mall, being locked inside, and there's my character, so I know I need to talk about all of those. So establishing the situation. Well, how did I get locked in there? Let's say after a long day of shopping, at the mall. Let's see, when I'm shopping at the mall, I probably am going to bring bags and carry my bags. I've done a lot of shopping, why not? And let's see, hauling tons of bags around. Let's bring in my characters. Margot, capital letter on a name. Margot, Alexis, and I were ready to head out. Head out. What were we going to do next? We're probably going to go eat. Head out for a relaxing dinner. But here's where I have to find out. So somehow I have to get locked in the mall. So let's see. Something was wrong. Okay, so I'm still trying to establish that situation. Probably we went to use the restroom before we left, I'm sure, and that'd be some kind of a way we could get locked in. Maybe somebody would notice us. So let me add that in. As we were leaving the bathroom and walking towards the exit, we noticed no one else was around. And this is where we get locked in, right? When we got to the door, it was locked. What would you do if the door was locked? Let's see, I think we would probably look at each other. Let me kind of turn so I can see you guys better. I'm sure we probably looked at each other. Let's see, how do we feel? Probably nervous, a little scared. Probably we'd start, I don't know, freaking out, but we'd probably find a different door maybe. So let's see. What could I say? We looked at one another and got a little nervous. But there had to be another door, right? There had to be another door we could use. Okay. So I imagine that we probably are out looking around, and I'm betting that we probably don't find another door, because if we did, then I'd be out, then there'd be no problem. So let's go. Oh, I spelled use wrong. We could use. Let's say no luck. So we were locked. So here's our situation. Let's really lock it down. We were locked inside the mall. And let's see. Well, that actually might be kind of cool. So I'm going to put, so we decided to make the best of it. And so since I ended it that way, I'm thinking like that's going to set me up to tell what happened while we were in the mall. So I didn't give them a recap. I didn't really tell them ahead of time. I'm setting up this adventure story. So what do you think? Does that sound interesting? Let's kind of read through it. After a long day of shopping at the mall and hauling tons of bags around, Margot, Alexis, and I were ready to head out for a relaxing dinner. But something was wrong. As we were leaving the bathroom and walking towards the exit, we noticed no one else was around. When we got to the door, it was locked. We looked at one another and got a little nervous, but there had to be another door we could use. No luck. We were locked inside the mall, so we decided to make the best of it. All right, so reaction from you, real quick here. What do you think? Does that sound like an interesting beginning? Would you want to keep reading to find out what happens on our adventure? So let me know what you think right here. Okay, now it's your turn. What you need to do for today is you're going to go back to this organizer that's posted in here. You're going to go ahead and put your name. The topic is going to be adventure story. Put that little snapshots of what your ideas are for your introduction. So you're going to want to put characters, setting, and interesting detail. And then you're going to use that little snapshot that you have. Remember, mine was just quick. I had them all locked inside, me, Margot, Alexis. You're going to use that to start your introduction. And so all I'm looking for you is this much, just that one little chunk for you to get done today. Okay, so, and again, you're going to be opening a brand new Google Doc. I'd like you to title it Adventure Story. Or I'll put, actually, I'm going to put my name in there so you know which one's mine. Mrs. Mouse Adventure Story. And then I will need you to attach this to the homework for today and go ahead and turn it in, turn in what you have done. And then what I'll do on my end is I will be looking at those, I will make some comments for you, and I will return it to you, so that way you can continue to work on that. Okay? All right, if you have any questions, please make sure you get a hold of me. You can reach me by email, you can reach me via phone. I'm at 989-847-4000, extension 1008. We will be setting up some Google Meet times that we can use daily as well, so be watching for those in the Google Classroom stream, and I'll also be sending you an email for that. So again, just touch base with me if you need to, but this is what you'll need to get done today, is that little piece on the graphic organizer, and then this first introductory paragraph here. Okay, can't wait to read them.